guaranteed that I die a legend. Yeah, son God, homie, I'm reverend. Great, just protecting my investment. Ask about me, integrity's not a question. Straight up, all the way up, with the same ones that was down from the jump. Day one, same ones, been around when there ain't funds. Even got love for fake ones that changed up like they break ones. Go on, you can charge it to the game. I'm all up in the photos, looking largest in the frames. Ayy, keep how I move, man, I'm getting to the bag. But the amount of work required is not a price you wanna pay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Six Pack YouTube channel. I'm your host, Dylan Clemons. Here with me to talk the Minnesota Vikings team preview is my good buddy, Ike Bonni. What's up, my friend?
Great start, man.
You loved it? That was really good, right? But before we jump into the Vikings, just want to give you a reminder. Please smash that like button. Please subscribe if you don't already. We appreciate it. And then head on over to fantasy6pack.net/plans and check out our memberships. We got award-winning rankings over there. We got an awesome Discord community building. It's a lot of fun in there. Plus, our fantasy football cheat sheet dropped earlier this week. So go ahead and jump all over that. Help you dominate your drafts as we head into draft season here into July and August. I know we got some Scott Fishbowl drafts here coming up, Ike. But what do you say we jump right into the Minnesota Vikings? And let's start with the quarterback room. We got Kirk Cousins and Nick Mullins. Ike, last year, Kirk was everyone's late round darling. And he didn't disappoint. He had his moments. Are you buying in on him as a late round guy once again this year?
I'd say he definitely didn't disappoint considering he finished as quarterback 6. But with Jefferson on the team ever since Jefferson joined, he's had 3 straight quarterback 1 finishes. Dude's pretty much consistent as a quarterback 10 to 12 every year. I mean, he's only missed the top or quarterback 1 twice, and that was with the Redskins. So he's someone that you don't have to target, but if he falls too late and you don't have a quarterback, he's probably the guy you should get. Pass-happy offense.
He definitely needs to be your fallback option if you don't get one of those elite, like top 7 to 8 quarterbacks.
I'd say top.
It's like past Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert.
I'd still take a Deshaun Watson over him, probably.
That's pushing it. That they're about even to me, man. I don't know if Watson really has that.
Justin Herbert's got to be picked ahead of him, obviously.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think around 10 to 12 is about where Kirk needs to go, and that's where you should be drafting him. And like you said, pass-happy offense, third in pass attempts with 643 last year. And it's going to be a lot of the same, I would expect, with the additions of the wide receiver they drafted. I mean, I know. Yeah, sorry about that. and that the departure of Dalvin Cook. So let's just segue right into the running backs. We now have Alexander Mattison, Ty Chandler, Dwayne McBride. Ike, we were talking pre-show about Alexander Mattison, so I'm excited to hear your take here. What do you think about him heading into this?
Well, this whole time, I thought he was going a whole lot later than you informed me of. He's actually going as 19. I thought it was a little bit later, but that was because of Fantasy Pros, so you can thank them for that.
Underdog ADP, he is going as running back 19 the last week. 4 for 4 actually does a really good job putting that data together, so go ahead and check that out.
Compared to Fantasy Pros that had him composite ADP of RB30. So you can see why I was like, holy shit, Alexander Mattison, dude's going super late. But RB19 is still good value for him. I mean, without Cook, he's literally getting 21.8 fantasy points a game, which honestly is only 0.1 off of what Eckler averaged in 2022.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So that's sweet. I definitely like that. And the running back room pretty much looks like guys I've never heard of in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Chandler looks like your basic dude that works at Home Depot. So I don't know if that's something you can take away from Mattison. He's the guy for sure.
Yeah, I don't think Mattison is spectacular by any means.
No,
His
no.
his game is predicated on volume, and that's something that I think he will get this year. With like you
Yes.
said, the backfield mates definitely not ideal. And just to give you an idea where he's going around, guys, and this is underdog ADP, so this is best ball. He's going RB19, and he's going around Miles Sanders, Damian Pierce, Cam Akers, and J.K. Dobbins.
That's not bad. I like most of those guys are solid, but
I'd rather have Mattison over all those guys.
Dobbins
minus
isn't getting
Miles
targets.
Sanders.
Damian Pierce isn't getting targets. Miles Sanders doesn't get many.
Yeah.
At least Mattison averaged 5 without Cooks or Cook down.
Yeah, I'm curious if that's sustainable. I hope it is. Then he definitely has top 12 upside.
Agreed.
And yeah. Jumping over to the wide receivers, we got Justin Jefferson, and we do got Jordan Addison here. We got KJ Osborne, Jalen Reagor, Jalen Naylor, and Brandon Powell. The departure of Adam Thielen, right? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on if you think Jordan Addison can just slide into that role and kind of be a wide receiver 3 as a rookie, or maybe even better.
He's got 2 roles he can basically fill. It depends on how Osborne does. Osborne could get put into the Thielen role for at least this first year of Addison's career. Even then, at worst, or Addison, if he gets Osborne's role, is still getting 80 to 90 targets, still focal point of the offense. I wouldn't say too much. He's getting like a 14, 15% target share. Mm-hmm. But at best, if he takes Adam Thielen's role, he's a wide receiver 3 easy. I mean, Thielen did that 8 games last year, and people wrote him off for most of the year, but he was sneakily fine.
That's crazy that you just told me that Adam Thielen finished as a wide receiver 3 8 times last year.
Weird.
Yeah.
Something you would never recognize.
Yeah.
And he still finished as, with the 2 years with Justin Jefferson, obviously taking over as the main guy, he still finished as wide receiver 29 and 28 in those 2 years. So it's wide receiver 3 easy.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. We even saw KJ Osborne at times last year, man, showed signs of life. Do you think you'll be able to use him as a streaming option at times again this season with all the pass attempts going around?
With Addison being a rookie now, and they might want to, the first few weeks, get him, since he needs to be acclimated to the offense, they might have Osborne fill the Thielen role for a little bit. So I'd say the first half of the year, Osborne's pretty solid, I'd say. But I think once they hit their bye week, Addison will take off. It'll be that's when it'll start showing up.
Yeah, I do think that there's enough passing volume to go around.
All 3
times it could support all 3, and then possibly even 4 as we get into our tight ends. Now we got TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, and Johnny Munt. I'm just gonna phrase this question this way, man. We know there's Kelsey, he's the man. We know there's Mark Andrews, he's solid as well, but he's not Travis Kelsey. Can TJ Hawkinson solidify that tight end 3 spot behind those guys?
I mean, who's really challenging him for it other than like Kyle Pitts or Darren Waller on New York Giants, and the George Kittle, who's got quarterback situation that's kind of up in the air? At least Hawkinson's on a team that's going to throw a shit ton. Mm-hmm. I mean, even when he joined the Vikings, he was tight end 3, so he's top 2, top 3 in most of the categories: receptions, reception yards, target share, pretty much everything you want for a tight end, he's there.
Yeah.
It just sucks because Justin Jefferson's going to take so much away from him, and it's possible Addison takes even more away from him, so it's intriguing for sure.
Where Hawkinson needs to make his money is, and where we need him for his fantasy points, is in the red zone. And like you said, he was
which he gets the targets for
his tight ends, which I think that's where he's going to eat into Justin Jefferson's value a little bit. I think TJ Hawkinson could slide into that touchdown scorer role, kind of similar to what Adam Thielen had all them years when he was catching, 8 to 12 touchdowns. But
weird that they signed Josh Oliver though to a decent, I wouldn't say a huge contract, but a decent one, because that means they're going to want to use him more too. So that might take away some targets from Hawkinson, but
Yeah.
still, he's fine.
Yeah,
He's definitely the tight end 3 for sure.
Yeah, I agree. And like you named off guys, George Kittle, Kyle Pitts. You'd take Hawk over Dallas Goedert as well.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Because Goddard has to deal with same situation, has to deal with a bunch of other guys, but that's a run first team that also has to deal with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, who are both getting 25% target share plus. So I can see why Goddard was behind him.
Yeah, I agree. Hawkinson is my tight end 3 too, and that's exactly where he should be drafted. His overall is player 50 in underdog ADP, so you can even get him, 5th round, which isn't terrible by any means. But that wraps up the Minnesota Vikings team preview, guys. Hopefully you liked it. If you haven't already, go back and check out the other NFC North videos we did, and we only have 2 divisions left, guys, so we've done a ton of them already. And if you haven't watched them, go ahead and check those out on the Fantasy Six Pack YouTube channel. Please smash that like button. Please subscribe. We appreciate it. But for Ike Bonni, I'm Dylan Clemons. We'll see you guys next time.